So this is where it all began. In the summer of 2008, a handful of us came together around a dream to start a church that we hoped would really make a difference in our city. We didn't want to be just another church. Philadelphia already had plenty of those. What our city needed was a different kind of church. The kind of church that wasn't just for church people, but a church that was for everyone. We wanted more than anything to be a place where people who are far from God would discover that they didn't have to be. We wanted people at Epic to do more than just attend and listen, but to actually do something with what they learned each week, living out their faith in new and more meaningful ways. We knew that at the end of the day, only God had the power to change a person's heart, so we committed to simply make the introduction. And over again, person after person, story after story, God stepped in and did what only He could do: change people's lives. Since 2008, Epic has grown from one church in one location with one service to 5 churches and 10 services every weekend. And over the years, we've seen thousands of people make a connection to God that has changed their lives for forever. So many people have stepped across the line of faith and found hope and life through Jesus. So many people have found peace in the middle of their storm, found purpose where there was none before. Friendships have been formed, marriages have been restored, and people of every color and every shade and from every corner of our city have come together as a church, as a community, as a family to do some pretty amazing things. Together, we've been building something so much bigger than any one of us could have imagined. We've served the poor and fed the hungry. We've helped those who struggle to help themselves. We value those who just needed to know their worth. We've created fun for families, put smiles on faces. We've invested our time, our money, and our energy to unleash wave after wave after wave of generosity and love on the other people around us. And every week, more and more people have stacked hands around this little dream of ours to build a church that would impact this city. Which brings us to where we are now, amazed at all God has done in our past, but ready to step into all God has planned for our future. We're on the verge of the greatest season we've ever seen as a church. Greater impact, greater influence, greater growth. And while I believe that God wants to do something great through us, I believe He wants to start by doing something great in us. You see, just before God's people crossed the Jordan and entered the Promised Land, it says that Joshua told them to consecrate themselves because tomorrow the Lord would do amazing things among them. He says, hey, if you want to see God do something amazing tomorrow, then you've got to be willing to consecrate yourselves today. And what He was calling them to was total devotion. He was calling them to be people who'd say, God, all that I am, all that I have, it's all for you. I'm all in. Could it be that we're just across the river from something amazing, but that God is calling us first to total devotion, to step away from contentment and step up in commitment? And so we're inviting you to join us in something we're calling All In. It's a 2-year discipleship journey toward total devotion and full potential. And we have 2 goals. The first is 100% engagement. We want every single person at Epic to go all in and grow in their devotion to Jesus. That means all of us taking steps toward even greater levels of faith, trust, love, and generosity. Our second goal is to advance the mission and accelerate the vision of our church by raising $8 million over the next 2 years. $5 million of that will go toward advancing our mission. That's everything it takes for all 5 of our churches to function well over the next 2 years. It's basically our general operating budget, but I'm telling you, there's nothing general about it. In fact, what happens as a result of that budget couldn't be more special. People's lives are changed. See, what I love about our church is that it's different. There's lots of churches for church people, but we get to be a church that's for everyone, regardless of where they are on their spiritual journey. See, I love seeing the difference knowing God and following Him makes in the life of a person. And we just think that everyone should have that opportunity. Now, the remaining $3 million will go toward accelerating our vision. This is what's going to enable us as a church to really go further faster. First, we want all of our churches to be able to provide an excellent experience from the street to the seat. Second, it's time for us to invest in the next generation in a greater way than we ever have before. Now, that includes some staffing and programming both for kids and teens so that we can better serve families and students and leave a legacy that will last for generations to come. Third, we have an opportunity to move our Fairmount location to the City School in Northern Liberties. And not only is it a better facility that we'll have greater access to and use of, but it will expand our reach as a church to a whole new area of the city. Fourth, we've been given this 26,000 square foot building right here in the heart of Roxborough. After some renovations, this building will serve as our Roxborough church location, as meeting space during the week, and as our central offices. Now, this is our first permanent facility, so we're so excited because now we're gonna have the opportunity to serve our community in ways that we never have before. And then last but not least, we want to be able to continue fulfilling our vision to reach every person in the city by launching our 6th Epic Church location when that opportunity arises. You see, for all God has done already, there are still so many more people in our city who desperately need to know God's love. There are still those who are searching, doubting, discouraged, and those who are losing hope. There are still those who are smiling but suffering, proud but need a hand, accomplished but empty, busy but without purpose, surrounded but all alone. And there are those who desperately need a different kind of church to help them make the connection to God. These are the people that we'll continue to exist for, hope for, pray for, risk for, sacrifice for, and expand for. These are the people that we'll stop at nothing to share with them what God has shared with us, His unfailing love. You see, that dream of ours, to build a church that would impact a city, it's still coming true. But I've got a feeling that God is just getting started. So my challenge to you is to consider what it would look like for you to be all in every area of your life. To love God with all your heart and all your soul and all your strength. Not some, not part, but all. To live totally devoted and be radically generous like never before. It's what you were made for, to know God and make Him known. See, we've been called to do more than just buy in. We've been called to sell out. It's all or nothing. It's now or never. See, God has only ever done or given His absolute best for us. So together, let's go all in and give our best for Him. Total devotion, full potential, all in.